Here we will see tuple methods in Python. First is length. This method returns the number of elements in tuple. General syntax is len and the tuple, where tuple refers to the user defined tuple whose length the user want to find. For example, if tuple is defined with elements 10, 20, 30 and 40, and when we use length function with t1, it will give the output 4, since there are 4 elements in tuple. Next is max. This method returns the largest element of a tuple. This method works only if the tuple contains all values of same type. If tuple contains of different data types, then it will give error stating that mixed type comparison is not possible. General syntax is max and tuple, where tuple refers to the name of the tuple from which the user want to find the maximum value. For example, if tuple is defined with elements 10, 20, 30, 40, and if we use max function with t1, it will give the output 40, since 40 is the maximum value in tuple t1. If we define the tuple with string data type, that is VB, C# and Java, and when we use max function with t2, it will give the output VB, since VB appears as the last member as per English dictionary. And if we define the tuple with mixed data type, that is VB, C#, Java and 10, 11, 12, and if we try to find max from t3, since max function not supported between instance of integer and string. Next is min function. This method returns the smallest element of a tuple. This method also works only if the tuple contains all value of same type. If the tuple contains value of different data types, then it will give error. General syntax is min and tuple, where tuple refers to the name of the tuple from which the user want to find minimum value. For example, if tuple is defined with elements 10, 20, 30 and 40, and if we use min function with t1, it will give the output 10, since 10 is the minimum value from that tuple. Also, if we define the tuple with string with elements VB, C# and Java, and if we use min function with t2, it will give the output C#, since C# appears first as per English dictionary. And if we use mixed data type, that is VB, 10, C#, Java, 11, 12, and if we use min function with that t3, it will give type error. Next is index. This method is used to find first index position of the value in tuple. It returns error if value is not found in the tuple. General syntax is tuple.index and the value, where tuple is user defined tuple and value refers to the value whose index to be checked in tuple. For example, if tuple is defined with elements 13, 18, 11, 16, 18 and 14, and if we print t1.index 18, it will give output 1, since index of first occurrence of 18 is 1. And if we print t1.index 10, it will give value error since 10 is not present in the tuple. Next is count. This function is used to count and return number of times a value exists in a tuple. If given value is not in the tuple, it will return 0. General syntax is tuple.count and value, where value refers to the value whose count to be found. For example, if tuple is defined with elements 13, 18, 11, 16, 18, 14, and if we give t1.count 18, it will give output 2, since 18 appears twice in the tuple t1. And if we use t1.count 30, it will give output 0, since 30 doesn't exist in the tuple t1. Next is tuple. This method is used to create a tuple from different types of values. General syntax is tuple and sequence, where sequence refers to the sequence type object that we want to convert to a tuple. For example, to create an empty tuple, we will use t equal to tuple, which will create t as a tuple. To create a tuple from a list, we will use t equal to tuple, and in parenthesis we will define the list, and when we print the t, it will give the output 1, 2, 3. We can create a tuple from a string also. If we define t equal to tuple and string abc, it will create a tuple with a, b, c.